Alright, Fade Chill. Welcome to KXUA, y'all. We are here with Interview O'Clock, but we got a special guest. It is Wordplay TJ, y'all.
What up, what up, what up?
Alright, Wordplay TJ, go ahead and give us a little bio. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you're about to share with us this evening.
So, my name is Wordplay TJ, hip-hop artist, producer, label owner from Little Rock, Arkansas. Originally, I moved up here to Fayetteville some time ago. I worked at KXUA.
All right. Before we get into a little bit of that, tell me what it feels like just being in here right now. Just back.
It's really, really good. It's bringing back a lot of old memories. Like the Concrete Schoolyard was a show that I worked with DJ EO.
Nice.
And we had a lot of fun for the years that we were working on it. It was passed down to us, so we wanted to make it, really, really dope and then pass it down to somebody else. And yeah. That's what that does for me.
All right, so just being in here, like what kind of stuff did you play when you came to KXUA back in the day? Like what year were you here?
I got here like 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, and then left in like 2013. So I ran the show until then.
Well, it was right when I was coming to school.
Right. So we played a bunch of underground stuff. Sometimes we threw it back to like Dilla and that age, and then a lot of times we would play things that were on the blogs that were under radar. So like we were some of the first ones to play Kendrick.
Whoa.
Some of the first ones to play a bunch of people that are
big now.
Yeah, big now. J. Cole we were on early. So like.
Wow. So you were bringing the mainstream hip hop now to Fade Chill. Back when they were like, wow, that's insane.
And they didn't even know it.
They didn't even know it, like literally.
Yeah, because they think Section 80 is like Kendrick's first thing, but no, we were playing Overly Dedicated because EO passed it to me, and I was like, yeah, we gotta play this.
No way.
Yeah.
Man, that's mad sick.
Yeah.
All right, Wordplay TJ. So you just dropped your 5th consecutive album, Job Application, man. All right, so I was on your Instagram and I saw you posted a picture when you first dropped it. You had a tear.
Yeah.
Please explain to me, man, what this process has been like for you.
Okay, so a little history. My first mixtape was called Nothing Less. Yeah. And my guy, Icarus Gray, who's here with me, he would say that Nothing Less essentially is a classic for me. In the sense that it's well put together, it's well sequenced, and it hits the nail on the head with what I wanted to say. So when I listened to the playback, and granted, I have my mom and my dad on the album itself, and so like.
Wow, that was the intros and stuff I was hearing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So when she talks at the end of the album, the actual album version of it, and she says that I don't have to prove anything, that was a tearjerker for me because I didn't prove anything with this, or I didn't fight to prove anything. I just was myself 100%, and then I put it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's really beautiful. Like I really felt that. So tell me one of your main tracks that you think would show the grind that you've been really going through. Because they all show the grind. Like they all are like themed. I really like that.
Ironically, the song Grind shows the grind, but I think Roger is what really pushes it to that level because Roger is sort of like the climax for the album. It's it's a build up to Roger, which in that moment in that song, I'm talking about how I finally realized what I am, who I am, how I need to execute on my talents, and it's just a culmination of that, and I'm on it at that point.
You're on it.
Yeah.
Man, so obviously to get where you are, you've had to go through some struggles. So what are some of the struggles you've had to go through, like graduating from here? Like what was your major?
I didn't graduate from here. So that was one struggle.
All right. That's one struggle. All right.
Because after I dropped my mixtape, Nothing Less, the single Breakfast and Biggie got recognized on MTV. Man. And so my thought was if they're recognizing it this early, and it's not even like my best work, then I know what I need to be focused on.
So you knew right at the start that you had to pursue music?
Yeah, I had to pursue my dreams. Yeah.
Okay, would you say you had a Kanye West moment where you were like college dropout, straight up like,
yeah.
You know what? I think about that a lot sometimes. You
Yeah.
know, so it's insane to me how that's actually a reality.
Mm-hmm.
That you immediately just dropped everything. And did you move? Like, did you?
I moved around a lot.
You moved around a lot? Okay, another struggle. You was moving around a lot. So I think I read somewhere maybe a blog. I know you vlog a lot. I really thought your vlogs are really cool.
Appreciate it.
The life lessons and things that you bring. But I think you were talking about how you moved around a lot and how you are you from Louisiana?
No.
You're from Little Rock.
Arkansas.
Okay, you're from Arkansas, but I heard you talk a lot about Louisiana in your tracks.
Yeah. So I moved. Once Breakfast and Biggie did his thing, I started touring. And so I linked up with some other guys, and we had some opportunities. I had an opportunity to move to New York.
New York?
Yeah. And so it was a really good opportunity, really good management company called HU2 Group. Shout out to them if they ever hear this. I really love those guys, but when I got there, something didn't feel right.
Oh.
Something didn't feel
right. So you
right.
had like a vibe, like what
it wasn't them. It was just like, this isn't the path.
Wow.
So.
In New York, that's crazy to me.
Right. So at that point, after my grandfather had passed and I had made the album and all this other stuff, my whole thing was like, follow your gut feeling no matter what. And so I followed my gut feeling, left there, went to Virginia, went to Texas, came back to Arkansas.
Had to come back.
I was in Atlanta for a little bit, and then finally me and my girlfriend went to Baton Rouge, and that's when I went quiet. So now it's like the resurgence, you know.
So why'd you go quiet when you went to Louisiana?
I think it was just I felt defeated in a sense because my albums after that didn't do as well as the first project, and then my fan base started kind of waning off because it was my fault because of the consistency that I was bringing. So what they wanted was more Breakfast and Biggie, and I wasn't in that space at the time, and I didn't understand myself. I didn't understand why Breakfast and Biggie was special. It was special because I was 100% me on that song.
Wow.
So.
See, I thought that was really intense. Like, just before I came here, I was like, I remember I kept seeing this Ja Rule box on your, like, webpage, and I was like, what's up with Ja Rule? And so, TJ was allowed to have his song featured, Breakfast and Biggie, on, what is it, Get in the Game?
Yeah, Get in the Game, MTV Rap Fix.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
Sway and Ja Rule talked about it,
It was intense. Like, how'd you feel when he gave you a nice little critique on how your process is going?
When he told me don't change anything and keep going, like, I didn't take that literally at the time because I wanted to be experimental with the creative part. But
of course.
That let me know that I'm good.
You're just like, I guess I've been doing everything right.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that really touched me when he said you were doing everything right. That's like, you know, when you get into the game, you're like, you feel like you're doing everything wrong, probably.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like after all these struggles and stuff. But you shine right through, man, and that's amazing. So I want to get into one of your tracks real quick. Let them know what we're talking about.
Cool.
Give them the flavor. So what song would you suggest, man?
I'd say Out the Box may be the
Out the Box.
Yeah,
yes.
let's run with that.
All right, you guys, we're gonna be listening to Out of the Box
because that's
Wordplay
100% me.
Yes, because it's 100% Wordplay TJ, y'all. We're about to get into this track Out of the Box from Job Application, y'all. Stay tuned. All right, Fayetteville, we back in here with Wordplay TJ.
What up?
All right, so we just had Rogers off his album Job Application, and before that we had Out of the Box. So we've been talking roots in here, man.
Yeah.
We've been talking about your childhood roots and kind of how...
Not the roots.
The roots. Right, not the roots. We're talking about childhood, like where you from and kind of where you got your vibes from. So we're in here with your friend Icarus Gray.
Yeah, my homie, my colleague.
All right, feel free to step up to the mic, man, and introduce yourself.
Hi, Fayetteville. I'm Icarus Gray. Hi. How goes it?
All right, so go ahead and kind of give me a little gist of the story we were just talking about how you guys kind of got into your the rap game.
You want it?
Yeah, I'll take over this. I know the story quite well. It was a long time ago at a small elementary school in Little Rock. No. So we've known each other our whole entire life. So we grew up together, spent the night over each other's houses, things like that. It was we both started writing in junior high, and we went to different schools. And it wasn't until we got back together when we went to high school and did a talent show. And we did this talent show, and we did not win the talent show, but the people who were throwing the talent show saw something, I am not speaking correctly, saw something in us, and they allowed us to record a song with them. So we recorded this song, and then because you know how high school is, it's hectic, and you're doing so many things, we kind of went our different ways in terms of that, and started to kind of formulate who we are as artists. TJ then, I think about a year or two later, started the label. And you know, he came up here to Fayetteville, and I was doing music back home, and by this time we're both trying to figure out how to go from wanting to be on a label to being our own label, being our own men, being our own artists.
Like creating an identity.
Yeah,
for
a brand.
A brand, exactly.
Brand. So we had started doing some shows with a small group that you can just get online and basically do shows, and it was kind of janky, but when we saw each other. And when he saw me, he asked me for a verse. And so I wrote a verse for him. And then it was around the time that Breakfast and Biggie had started getting popular and got on Sway. Right. So I called him because I'm like, I want to get there. How can I get there? And we just started to link up at that point and start making music. It was around the time he was making Nothing Less. So he helped produce a project for me and my friend Myron.